out of the frying pan and into a bigger frying pan. This episode is Chapter 5, A Book Free of Korra. Changes. This is the Metal Clan.
Alright.
Enemies of the Foot Clan, of course.
What about the Hand Clan?
So it turns out they're all gonna be robots, so that we don't have to have blood on the screen.
I don't know, Dweebs. I hear that the Defenders killed off the Hand Clan, for better or for worse. For better. Spoilers.
Okay then.
Wait, the Hand Clan are actually a thing?
You know the deal.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Hand from the MCU.
Right before the intro.
Yep, the intro.
Go ahead.
And
Go
3,
ahead.
2, 1, click. Oh, dudes, I thought you were referencing the Hand from the MCU.
No, I thought you meant. I thought there was some Ninja Turtles material called the Hand Clan that I didn't know of.
There may be.
Please remember, the Ninja Turtles were created as parody of Daredevil, therefore the Foot Clan was a parody of the Hand.
Wait. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a parody of Daredevil?
Yeah, long story, I'll tell you later.
Well, remember, Jova, the whole reason why the creator made the original comic was supposed to be a satire of superheroes.
I didn't know it was a Daredevil in
just
specific.
to recap, we have 4 highly dangerous psychopaths running around, and now the Airbenders are at war with the Earth Kingdom.
Well, not so much the Airbenders as a whole, more like the Earth Kingdom has declared war on...
look, Naga still exists.
And if that wasn't bad enough, we got a group of villains have been released with one common goal: kill Korra.
All right, Naga, go fetch.
Relax.
What could possibly go wrong?
We have time for a 5-minute break.
Yeah, just don't give up, just don't set off like a
No.
or anything.
No, yeah.
Oh,
It's a trap,
Zhao Fu.
It's a trap.
Lin does not want to go to Zhao Fu.
And it's
Yeah, because-
very bad at making lies.
Bayfon, not for nothing, but I think Republic City is the last place you'd be safe at right now.
Actually, Republic City has some... to be fair, dude, Republic City...
Sad.
Dang, that was cold, Lin.
That
It
was
was a sad
mean.
bumper.
Someone's a party pooper.
Welcome to
Zhao Fu, an entire city made out of metal.
Welcome to.
Let's just hope there's
Wait,
no
wait,
rust
are we in-
because the Tetanus
Wait.
would be.
Oh, is this Gondor?
No, Dweebs. Gondor was made by white stone. I forgot what it's called, the specific
Well, it
material.
looks a little bit white. We're not gonna have some crazy king here, are we?
No.
I guess Lee was banished from this place.
Wouldn't that be a shock? The cop getting banished from
You
someplace.
don't need to explain yourself.
The last thing, I mean, I don't particularly care for the character of Lin, but the last thing I want is associated with Jar Jar Binks, you know.
Thankfully, it's nothing that bad.
The doggo will keep her company anyway,
We need to bond.
clearly.
Hello.
Why would an airbender be at a metal bending?
Yeah, actually, I forgot.
Well, remember,
where is
Blitz,
that
the way
scene?
harmonic convergence works is like, well, it's a
Like,
random
maybe
event.
Maybe I missed a scene or two, but...
remember-
Right, no, okay, now I remember. Tenzin has gone with the new Airbenders in order to train them. My bad.
Yeah. As for why there's an airbender here, Dibs, remember, harmonic convergence picks people at random for who gets to be an airbender
Yeah,
or
there you go,
whatnot.
speaking of...
It's like Nightmare now. Enter, stranger.
Hitman, is that you?
I mean, look at that face. Isn't that a face you could trust?
He's got the Ace Attorney symbols scarred onto his forehead.
Jesus Christ.
What
I
point?
am very clearly evil.
Well,
Like,
okay.
I
To be
would say,
fair,
yeah, the kids are little. They have to be poor judge of character.
I know, but
not just
they
not
didn't-
not
they
not,
Not
didn't
only
just
put the
that,
freeze
but
frame on that.
all he's doing is smiling. It's a smile is not even one of those unsubtle
Of
evil smiles.
course,
It's just a normal
of-
smile.
Of
And not
course,
to
Toph is
mention-
regarded as the same patron of the city.
Not to mention, okay, yes, he has that that cross shaped lack of hair thingy, and
It's a scar.
and the air, those, but that doesn't necessarily, yeah, but that
Yeah.
those are not, that's the thing too. Those are not evil
Pedro?
scars. Those are the
Yeah.
typical.
Oh, so Toph's still alive. She's just a wanderer now.
Missing in action, I
Pedro,
guess.
it
Yeah.
was a combination of the angle of the shot, the smile, and the lighting.
To be fair, Shiroi, it wouldn't be the first time they've done a fake out with trying to get us to think someone's a bad guy, but actually not. Let's not forget, actually, the original Avatar series actually had an entire episode dedicated to someone who we thought was the bad guy, but turned out not to be. And then another one dedicated to someone who we thought was the good guy, but turned out to be a psychotic bloodbender.
Let's not
Ladies and
forget.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the stunt future of the
This
future
is
Hollywood
actually an
history.
Interesting way how to bend metal.
Well, it is an interesting concept, using bending for stuff other than just fighting. It helps that we're no longer in a war.
And metal, it can be, you know, for lack of a better term, bended in a more malleable way, so fits.
So this is the matriarch of Zhaofu, Su Yin.
Let me guess, she's, oh, I forgot already her name. Lynn's sister.
Who? Oh, Lisa.
No,
Lynn.
Lynn.
Oh, Lynn? Hmm.
Bolin.
Actually, there's the thing. Let's not forget, Toph did also sort of create the ability of being a human lie detector.
Oh, so yes, Daredevil superpowers.
It's not exactly like Toph's, but let's just say he picked up on some ways to look into when people lie, hence the term truth seer.
Yeah, let's say hello to Lynn. We'll greet her with a nice cup of tea and then tell her off and explain why we banished her from the kingdom. I mean, why she left.
Called it.
Yep.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
So not
I
to
mean,
worry.
It was easy. They look like one another, so.
So not to worry, it's not a trap.
Also, their tone is somewhat similar.
However,
Oh,
they're
oh,
half.
there we
I
go.
love
It's
family
a
views.
half sister.
Oh.
You're only my half sister.
Say mom, but different dads. Let's see. Su Yin is authoritative enough, but she likes to joke occasionally. I wonder whose dad
Oh,
she was.
no. Really?
Connect the
Really?
dots.
Of all the ships, they have to do that.
Well, okay, it's never outright confirmed, but Toph and Sokka was a popular ship back in the day.
I have my doubts.
Okay, to be fair,
What about Suki?
maybe I'm misremembering some things, but a lot of people pretty much theorize that Sokka's Su
Look,
Yin's
I
dead.
have no high ground in a situation like this. I personally do some crack ships in time to time, but this.
Well, Toph did
Right,
have a
you
crack.
can't make a crack ship official. That's why it's
Well,
called a crack ship.
To be
Again,
fair,
I didn't get that. What about Suki?
to be fair. Okay.
I'll get
I'm
back to
guessing
that
we're
on the ending of
revenging,
the,
so
on the ending of season 4.
I'll just stock this to say this in eventual final thoughts for the episode. No matter as well.
Okay,
see
okay,
where
okay.
this is going.
To be fair. First off, Toph did notably
He's
have.
so evil.
Oh, that guy. It's art.
Hi, Skrillex. What are you doing?
Anyway, I'll just clarify some things. First off, let's not forget Toph did have a huge crush on Sokka, like, incredibly obvious.
Yeah,
Secondly,
but it kind of came in one episode and just barely showed up again.
That would be like saying that the crack ship that I had, which was Zuko and Toph, would have been canon because of that episode where she understands him in book 3.
that wasn't as much
what the
love-based. Secondly,
Colin,
Secondly, I don't know for certain if Sokka is actually Su Yin's dad. That's just a theory that a lot of people based off of how Su Yin acts. I don't remember if it's ever said outright who the... Well,
It
okay.
hasn't been explicitly stated.
Okay.
All in.
Anyway, this is Opal,
And
Su
now it's-
Yin's daughter.
Now it's Korra's turn to be like, get a room, you two.
Mhm. Basically, long story short, I'm not certain if Sokka actually is Suyin's dad. It's just something that I think may be the case. I know there's a scene where we do find out who Lin's father was, but I don't recall if it's ever clarified who Suyin's dad was. So I would definitely hold off on the judgment there because it's mainly just me trying to remember stuff and me making an educated guess.
So basically, yeah, she doesn't want her daughter to leave the house, so Korra will train her here at home.
So the main conflict obviously will be for Lin to, well,
Ah,
Yeah,
Hey!
this is the safest city in the world. I'm sure no one's gonna break in.
I recall
Well-
Bossing Say saying that as well.
Well, look at the bright side too. At least we've
All
left
is well,
the at least we've left the boring city that you don't like.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
I
Like
just don't like my sister.
Well, you're literally just starting out, so it's not. So that's not exactly a problem.
It is nice to see that Korra's training with airbending has actually been visually shown and is finally starting to pay off. It's another... Okay, that is one thing that's good about the season, as where it is, you know, it being the culmination of past seasons, finally. And of course, they just start off with the basics. Nothing masterful airbending-wise, of course.
You see, Brian and Mike. This is what you could have done in book one. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can deal with the... Oh, yeah, that's right. Speaking
it's
of
like
book one...
the spinny things.
I just realized that guy's dressed a bit like Goku Black.
I assure you guys, I didn't write this episode. Be like a leaf bouncing off the... Yeah, that.
Throw in, throw out, spin around, somersault, and there you go.
His fruit.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we do choreography. In an animated show, at least. But he isn't wearing the proper outfit, though.
Oh, he hasn't gotten it yet.
We ran out of ones his size. The only one we have is for Tenzin, and he's wearing it right. So
So yeah, Zhao.
yeah, totally not the
Okay.
bad guy.
So Zhaoku has its own security system, essentially.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. We already know from the very beginning of this character's appearance that he's evil. However, in the context of the other characters, they don't really have any real major reason to think he's evil.
Yeah, and you could
I mean, it's
already.
not like, I mean, with Unalaq it was different because Unalaq was doing incredibly suspicious-looking behavior already right from the beginning, anyway. So that was a problem.
Yeah.
Here, he's just genuinely coming across as a guy who wants to learn airbending, as to the other characters, I mean.
The term,
So
yeah,
technically, this is fine.
yeah. The term for this is dramatic irony, and it's dramatic irony done. It's dramatic irony done good. Where we, the readers or viewers, obviously have a good idea of a character, but the characters within the story don't really have much reason to suspect him because they obviously can't hear the music or recognize certain things. What also helps is like, well, we also saw that Kaya. Well, you may have noticed that quick lit. Kaya already seems suspicious. And like Pedro said, it makes sense that the kids wouldn't suspect a fellow airbender because, hey, they're trying to rebuild the whole airbender society thing. And they don't quite know about the people who are out after Korra.
Yes, I'm a pro bender, but we don't talk about that anymore because that was a backlash.
He retired from that anyway. Well, more like he's not really doing it that much.
Again, Jova. Yeah, I retired from that because the backlash and shit.
Meanwhile, we got a
Wow, it turns out people in the Earth Kingdom kind of hate the Earth Queen.
What a surprise.
I wonder why.
Oh, Suyin, you're gonna regret saying that later.
Oh boy. Yeah. Aren't sisters bickering such fun?
Oh, hey,
Wait,
Varric.
Varric?
Hey, Varric.
Also, is Mako gonna have a line?
Mako, oh, he just said something.
Yeah, one word.
I'm sorry, Teo. That would require Mako to have a personality.
Oh, he does in this season.
I still don't care for Mako. He's just there.
Oh, well, I don't blame you
So
for
what
that.
is Varric up to now?
Well, extradition, escape prison. Oh, this bit.
Oh, so he's using Jack Sparrow logic.
He was the best thing of season 2, and he's still just as awesome. Thank you for bringing him back, writers. Like,
But again, that's the thing, though. I mean,
How do they work?
that's the thing, though. In season 2, he was also kind of a bit. Weird. Like he's a bad guy 1 second, and then he isn't, and then he is, and then he isn't.
well, the turns of him being a bad guy were obvious. He was trying to profit off the war and also get help for the Southern Water Tribe and all that. Good intentions, obviously, though he was still in the wrong, and even he acknowledged it.
Jesus.
Ugh.
Rude.
You'll understand why she's like that when we get to see more about their backstory, which, yes, is shown, not just told.
I hope
Let
they
me
get
guess.
to it soon, because for now, Lynn's just kind of being a brat.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Like how Ang wasn't a very good father, Toph wasn't a very good mum.
We're not gonna fall back on that as an excuse like we did in season 2, thank goodness. Well, I'll
We
say.
did see some
mean, how? I
hints
think-
from Lynn's sister
I think-
that might have given us clues as to what had happened, then fine.
From what
But
we saw
so
in
far, we
season
haven't
2,
really had that.
from what we saw in season 2, Ang was only really that good a dad after he died.
Oh yeah, I will say this though. I have an easier time believing Toph may not be the best mother than I have believing that Aang would be a terrible father.
Same. That like if they didn't pull that with Aang in the season 2, I would actually not mind them doing the whole. Yeah, I can Aang not really, but I can see Toph becoming not that great of a mom because of
Toph
her
had a
personality.
pretty bad upbringing too, so she didn't exactly
Yeah.
have a good example to go off of.
Hell, she herself
Oh, there you
exhibits
go.
traits from that psychopath, at least.
There you
Actually,
go.
here you go. Because Toph lived such a strict life, she actually gave her daughters all the freedom they could want. Maybe a bit too much freedom.
Yes. Who voices her, by the way?
Let me look it up.
Anne
Okay.
Hechi. I don't know how you say it.
Hatchak.
It's spelled Heche.
Heihachi.
Yeah. She's been in stuff that just for stuff like Donnie Brasco, the remake of Psycho, and some other stuff.
She was in 6 Days, 7 Nights, Return to Paradise.
Oh.
Oh, Bolin.
Bolin, maybe it's best not to do that.
That's how his character is written, sweetie.
Oh. Turns out
Yeah,
that
see?
doesn't work.
What a
See?
surprise.
Told you.
Oh no.
It's not that easy.
Just kidding, lol. Let me guess, he takes that at the opposite extreme too.
Thanks,
Korra.
Korra.
Okay. It's a bit rude, Korra. I mean, did you want?
They were having a moment, Korra.
Yeah, I mean, would you want someone interrupting your moment with someone else?
Guess it depends on how important it is.
And who it's
Korra's a
with?
serial offender, though, so.
The Void. What's this, Final Fantasy? I slept walking here. And so should you, totally trustworthy man. I studied about
You
it.
fucking weeb. He's an hipster too.
Oops.
Dun, dun,
Wow,
dun.
didn't
Now,
take long for
there-
Kaya to catch on to that. That is
There you
one
go.
thing that does help. It's like, well, characters who should know this catch on quick enough. Also,
Small
Kaya
world
gets to do.
jump north.
Also, Kaya actually gets to do more airbending than she did in season 2.
Waterbending.
I mean, I'd expect something out of a daughter of Aang and Katara. The firstborn at that. Ow.
Guys, that totally untrustworthy guy turned out to be untrustworthy. I got your stuff.
Well, it was. Was it yours already?
It was somebody's, and I've got it now, so, oh.
Not always that easy to.
Yeah, fuck you, I got airbending.
Yeah, airbenders aren't the most common of foes, admittedly.
So why did he even came here in the first place?
He came there thinking that Korra would arrive so that he could kidnap her.
but it was just following a lead.
Your niece.
Okay.
Howdy. Opal's voiced by Alison Stoner.
Weird name.
I've heard that name before.
Hey, Alison Stoner! She's someone who lives in an earthbending nation.
Lol. She was in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Get the fuck out of here.
She was one of Zack and Cody's friends.
Yeah, I think so. I smell some history.
You know, Lynn's acting a lot like Korra now.
Well, Korra
season
in
1/2.
season 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I managed to change. That's so sad.
I'll say
Oh,
this.
and that's how it ends.
Yeah. I'll say this right now, it does come to fruition, and thankfully doesn't take as long as Korra took to get good.
Yeah, it's a pretty odd ending. I thought
Oh my
they'd have
Oh
more
my
after that,
God.
but no, it's-
Well, speak
Wait,
of the
what?
devil.
What?
Oh my god! There's in the TV rip that me, Teo, and Joe are watching. There's a commercial right after the episode that says next Friday at 8, which you're referring to the next episode. Can't see it online.
Ah,
Hindsight's
the
a bitch.
irony.
Yeah, hindsight's a fucking bitch.
Oh god, the irony. Anyway, I'll give my feedback on this episode. Not one of the most exciting ones, but I consider this one of the bridge episodes that definitely does help piece things together. And thankfully, with the better pacing, there's a lot more guarantee that things will come to fruition. I do like how the character... Okay, there's one thing I appreciate, it's that they're definitely handling who should be the characters who are aware of stuff and who should be the characters who are not aware of stuff a lot better than they did in previous seasons. The whole thing was a here, of course. Interested to see where... I was interested at the time to see where the thing with Lin Beifong and her family went. And I'll say this, I was not disappointed with where they went with it. Zhaofu is, again, another keen concept that helps that we get to explore the town, because, say, an entire city made of metal, and they consider themselves the safest because, well, they can make their own security system encased with the metal, as you've seen here and there. And now, some possible character development for Lin Beifong. Oh, interesting.
Bit of an abrupt ending, though. Normally, in scenes like
This
that,
feels
Yeah.
like it's a two-parter.
normally with scenes like that, they do another
So-
scene that kind of feels more like a lead to an episode. But here it's just like, and stop. See you next time.
Yeah, that is something. This is definitely one of those endings that feels a bit abrupt. And I will admit that I can see why some people would be a bit nervous, since it does feel like Lynn's bit on the brittle side. Granted, it does make sense in context later on. But yeah, not a perfect episode, but I'd say a good one. Definitely nothing bad, thank God.
All right, so
As for my, the only thing I want to add for my own is that, like I said, the episode is fine for me. It's the implications that I'm not too keen of, and apparently the show will never tell them in detail. So, oops.
They
I guess.
there is a point where they do tell us who Lin's father is, but I don't recall if they ever clarify about
Which also
Sulin's.
reminds me of something, Jova. So basically, with this, you're kind of telling me as well that aside from that flashback scene in Book 1, we almost never know what happened to Sokka.
Oh, well, he died.
Well, duh, but we don't know
We
what
see
kind
what
of...
happened before that.
We know that he became a judge, but that's literally it.
Again.
He got eaten by a polar bear dog.
Again.
He was eaten by a cloud rider.
Okay. I don't recall entirely. I do know that, we do get to focus a lot more on some older characters in later seasons.
We'll see then. Alright, see you for the next episode.
Yep,
See ya.
old wounds. Hey, wow, that sounds just like what the doctor ordered.
See ya.
See it.